Hi everyone, this is my review slash thoughts of Sailor Crystal episode 8. In this episode we are introduced to Minako, Sailor Venus, or Sailor V, because she apparently in this episode she didn't introduce herself as Sailor Venus. Um, and she introduced herself as Princess Serenity, which we all know by now is that's not true. But she's disguising herself as the princess to protect the real princess, which I won't talk about that till the next episode. But from what we see, it starts from where it left off at that cliffhanger, where she was introducing herself, and we get to see Artemis introduced here. We also get to see that Mamoru Tuxedo Mask, he feels powerless, like he couldn't help Sailor Moon when he actually did, believe it or not. But what we learn about Sailor Venus, Minako, is, she's been helping them all along. So when Sailor Moon heard the Sailor V game talking to her, she actually was hearing the game talk to her, but it was Minako talking through the game. We also find out that she's been giving Luna the advice she needed whenever she needed to consult with someone. So, we find out she's been acting as secret leader because she's been doing the Sailor V for a year. And that she's also a middle school student like everyone else, or junior high student in her second year of junior high. So we learn quite a lot about Minako with just the first few minutes of seeing her. We also see that she willfully turns herself into Minako. They have never shown that before. Well, aside from, the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon live action series. But we find out that she's been Sailor V for a year, and that her and Artemis were investigating crimes, and they found out that whoever they were fighting was not an earthly villain. That was not some random person somewhere, was some dark, mysterious force, and that they couldn't do it alone. So, she tells them a bit about the kingdom. There was some tragedy in Silver Millennium, and that they have to try to avenge that tragedy and make sure that it doesn't repeat itself in their current time period in their home now. So where they live now, they have to try to prevent it from becoming a recurrence. But things happen. So after they have their little meeting, the girls all go to hang out. Minako and Artemis go their separate ways, and Minako mentions that she has an important mission that only she can fulfill, and she has to do it before the seal of memory breaks. So, so she knows what's going on, and you can tell that she has a more defined role as a Sailor Guardian, and acts as more of a leader than any of the other girls, even Usagi, who is the leader at this point. And then we learn in the Dark Kingdom, while all this is going on in the Dark Kingdom, Queen Beryl doesn't trust Metalia. She's using her to help get what she wants, but she plans to betray Metalia. And at this point, I think Zoisite is supposed to be dead by now, and Kunzite takes over. So Kunzite, since Sailor V revealed herself as the princess, Kunzite sends her a mental message saying, "Meet me at the Tokyo Tower or everyone is going to die." So, he cuts the power and he takes everyone's energy except for the Sailor Guardians. And Minako, she follows his orders, she does what he wants, but the other girls still manage to follow her. And we get to see her transformation sequence into Sailor Venus. Even though she doesn't say Venus power makeup, she still does it. And it looks awesome. It's very different from the 90s anime transformation sequence, but it pays homage to it with the way it ends because she does her little spin and her pose from the old anime. Um, but Sailor Moon and the other girls, they go there and they tell her, "You've been fighting alone all this time. Now it's time to rely on others. Let us help you." So they all go to battle Kunzai, and Sailor Moon gets blasted once or twice after she tries to surprise attack him with moon healing escalation with the help of the others. And Tuxedo Mask comes and saves her as she's falling. He quickly breaks her fall and carries her to the nearest building. And, being shocked by that, she gives him a hug, thinking, "Oh my god, he came to save me." And then she tells him to go away and that she'll handle the rest because it's too dangerous for him. And throws in a kiss. I'm like, oh wow, she really shows her affection there. And he notices it too, that she's more determined. So we all see that. And that she shows a different side of herself every time. So he's like, who are you really? So at this point, Sailor Moon's throwing herself in front of all the Sailor Guardians because Kunzai's about to blast them. So she's about to take the hit. And Tuxedo Mask, since he feels so powerless, like he couldn't protect her the last time, he's determined to protect her even more now and jumps in front of the blast for her. And this ends in the cliffhanger, like oh my god, he got attacked. Is he dead? What's gonna happen? And so it leaves you in suspense. So the actions episode, I say 10 out of 10. The animation was great. I give the animation more or less if not a 9.5 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10, because there were a few mistakes, even though it was done pretty well for the most part. Something else I forgot to mention was that Usagi in this episode and Mamoru, they both had dreams, obvious dreams of their past lives, which Usagi doesn't know it's her past life. She just thinks it's a dream about being a princess, and the princess' name is Endymion, and the princess's name is Serenity. The kingdom was under attack, and he was trying to protect her, but he I guess he couldn't. But before anything back happened, she will wake up wondering why she had that dream. And Mamoru, he had the same dream. They show us from his perspective the ending of the dream because we saw the whole dream from Usagi's perspective. So they show us that bit where she's going Endymion from his perspective. And then he goes to turn on his light and realizes the power's now, but it's also not a blackout. And a little before that, she questions Minako. Like, when she goes and she finds Mamoru by the water fountain at the park where they meet up. Occasionally. So, and she finds he's reading books all on crystals and emeralds, all those kind of things. And she has no idea why. Well, other than the fact that he wants the silver crystal. But, she goes to give him his pocket watch, which she has a hold of, and she has no idea how it got into her hands. She just knows that it belongs to him, and she wants to give it back. And he replies with, "Well, I have something of yours, so why don't we trade the next time we meet?" And she goes, "Really? I wonder what it is, because I don't remember leaving anything with you." And they show us the flashback from episode 4 where she lost her handkerchief and he picked it up. But, at that point, Luna realizes they were talking way before she realized it. And Artemis tells her, "Don't worry, everything's fine. I guess now's the time for you to remember everything because we sealed a part of your memory to lessen your burden of the mission protecting the girls and Usagi." So, Luna at one point did know everything, but they had sealed off her memory so that it would feel like she's trying to learn what happened just as much as the girls and we are as the audience. And that added another layer of mystery. So I'm glad that they did. I'm glad the episode turned out the way it did, and I'll, of course, I'm still watching, and I'll review the other two episodes when I have more time. Anyway, rate, comment, do whatever. Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.